That iPhone in your pocket, it was designed to die. Not tomorrow, not next week, but exactly when the company wants it to. And this isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a $50 billion business strategy hidden in plain sight. It all started in the 1920s with the Phoebus cartel, a group of bulb manufacturing companies that decided to cut light bulb lifespans in half, from 2,000 hours to just 1,000. Why? Simple. Shorter lifespans meant customers had to buy more. It was a profit machine, and brands today are running it on overdrive. In 2020, the planned obsolescence model was estimated to contribute to over $50 billion annually in increased consumer spending globally. But it's not just light bulbs. Cars, appliances, and even software follow this model. By introducing subtle but impactful changes, manufacturers have created a cycle where consumers feel compelled to upgrade frequently, not because they want to, but because they have to. Planned obsolescence works in 4 powerful ways: functional, aesthetic, software, and now even perceived obsolescence. These methods generate billions in revenue, but leave consumers with emptier wallets and fuller trash bins. Let's take a closer look. Ever noticed how warranties keep shrinking? TVs once had 5-year warranties. Today, 1 year. Why? Because modern appliances are often made with cheaper, less durable parts. According to a study by the European Environmental Bureau, washing machines in Europe lasted an average of 10 years in 2015, a sharp drop from the 20-year lifespan they had in the 1990s. In the US, a Consumer Reports survey found that only 30% of appliances purchased after 2010 are expected to last beyond 8 years. Here's the kicker. Hardware changes make it worse. Phones used to have removable batteries, remember? Today, they're glued in, making repairs expensive and impractical. In 2020, Greenpeace reported that only 20% of e-waste globally comes from fully repairable devices. Meanwhile, the global e-waste market hit 53.6 million metric tons in 2019 and is projected to grow 8% annually. It's not just household items. Even industrial equipment is now designed to break down sooner. A study from MIT found that industrial machinery built in the 1980s had a lifespan nearly double that of machines built post-2000. The cost of frequent replacements, especially for small businesses, adds up significantly, leading to financial strain and frustration. This one's a psychological trap. Your phone works perfectly fine, but it doesn't look trendy anymore. Fast fashion plays the same game. Companies like Zara and H&M release up to 24 new collections annually, while others are pushing micro-trends monthly. A McKinsey report found that between 2000 and 2015, clothing production doubled, but the average lifespan of a garment fell by 40%. And the numbers are staggering. Every second, a truckload of textiles is either burned or sent to landfills, according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. Globally, the fashion industry contributes to 10% of carbon emissions, more than international flights and shipping combined. Fashion isn't the only culprit. Think about tech gadgets. The latest design changes like slimmer bezels or new colors make last year's models feel outdated. Even kitchen appliances follow this trend. Stainless steel refrigerators were all the rage a decade ago. Now it's matte black or smart touchscreens. These trends keep evolving, making perfectly functional products feel obsolete. In fact, a Nielsen survey found that 65% of consumers admitted to buying new gadgets not because they needed them, but because they wanted to own the newest design. This is the tech world's ultimate trick. Software updates are a double-edged sword. On one hand, they add features. On the other, they slow devices down. Apple faced a $500 million lawsuit in 2020 for deliberately throttling older iPhones. The excuse? Battery preservation. Samsung was fined $5.7 million in Italy for similar tactics. These slowdowns push you to upgrade sooner than you'd planned. But it's not just phones. Laptops, smart TVs, and even printers are guilty of software obsolescence. In 2018, HP admitted to releasing firmware updates that disabled third-party ink cartridges. The result? Higher costs for users. Globally, 40% of software-driven device replacements are triggered by performance issues post-update. Gaming consoles are another example. Many gamers reported that older systems like the PS4 or Xbox One became significantly slower after major software updates. With the rise of subscription services like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, manufacturers also lock features behind paywalls, making older systems less desirable. Perceived obsolescence is pure marketing genius. It's the art of making something feel outdated even when it works perfectly fine. Think cars. Why do automakers release new models every year? To make last year's designs look ancient. Research by Deloitte shows that 62% of car buyers are influenced by aesthetics and new features rather than functionality. Luxury brands thrive on this. Owning the latest model is a status symbol. In fact, global advertising spend hit $700 billion in 2023. Much of it aimed at promoting new and improved products. Studies show perceived obsolescence drives up to 30% of purchases in the consumer electronics market annually. Even toys aren't immune. Lego, for example, introduces new sets frequently, retiring older ones to create a sense of scarcity. This keeps collectors and parents hooked, constantly buying the latest releases. Here's the dark side: the environment. In 2023, the world generated over 60 million metric tons of e-waste. That's like throwing away 800 laptops every second. Of this, only 20% is formally recycled, according to the United Nations. Developing countries bear the brunt. E-waste often ends up in places like Ghana and India, where workers dismantle toxic components without proper safety measures. The environmental and human cost is staggering. For instance, the Agbog Bloshi landfill in Ghana handles 250,000 tons of e-waste annually, leading to widespread health issues in nearby communities. It's not just electronics. Fast fashion generates an estimated 92 million tons of waste annually, with less than 15% being recycled. This waste contributes to microplastic pollution, with synthetic fibers like polyester shedding into water systems every time clothes are washed. But there's hope. The right to repair movement is gaining traction. In 2021, the EU passed laws requiring manufacturers to make spare parts available for up to 10 years. Fairphone, a company revolutionizing repairability, lets users replace parts themselves, no service centers required. In the US, states like New York are introducing similar legislation, and companies like Apple are feeling the pressure to comply. Change is slow, but it's happening. A 2022 Consumer Reports survey revealed that 78% of Americans support laws that make products more repairable. Educational initiatives are also on the rise. Non-profits like iFixit provide free repair guides for thousands of products, empowering consumers to fix their devices instead of discarding them. These efforts not only save money but also reduce environmental waste. Some brands are making a difference. Patagonia, for instance, repairs over 100,000 items annually through its Wornwear program. Even Apple is introducing DIY repair kits. But let's face it, as long as profits depend on replacing products, planned obsolescence won't disappear overnight. So, next time you feel that urge to upgrade, ask yourself, do you really need it, or is it just the game? Planned obsolescence is big business, but now you know how it works. The power's in your hands. Thanks for watching Exposed on Business Sherlock. If you're ready to uncover more hidden truths, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, every choice you make sends a message.